What's with these homies dissing my girl? Why did they gotta front? What did we ever do to these guys that made them so violent? But you know I'm yours, and I know you're mine. That's me, you, I look just like Buddy Holly. Oh, you're married to more. I don't care what they say about us anyway. I don't care about that. Don't you ever fear I'm always here. I know that you need help. Your tongue is twisted, your eyes are slit. You need a guardian. And you know I'm yours, and you know you're mine. We, you, I look just like Buddy Holly. Oh, you're married to more. I don't care what they say about us anyway. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. Bang, bang, knock on the door. Another big bang, you're down on the floor. Oh no, what do we do? So look now, but I lost my shoe. I can't run and I can't kick. What's the matter, babe? I'm feeling sick. What's the matter? What's the matter? What's the matter, you? What's the matter, babe? I'm feeling blue. Oh, 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 oh. We, you, I look just like Buddy Holly. Oh, you're married to more. I don't care what they say about us anyway. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I don't care about that.
You know, Rivers, I'm pretty sure about this, but didn't you say you didn't want this on the Blue Album at all originally, Buddy Holly?
Yeah, this is the last song I wrote for the Blue Album, and I actually thought it would be on our second album. So I was like,
Can you imagine if that was on Pinkerton?
yeah, I mean the whole second album was supposed to sound like Buddy, like with a synthesizer
Right.
and all, yeah.
the whole bring it into the space world.
But yeah, luckily Rick Ocasek and others were like, yeah, let's go ahead and record it, and we'll decide later. And then, you should really consider putting that on the album. And thank goodness we did.
I remember when you wrote it. Like I remember that you came out with a demo from that in the garage, and you had a I think it was Steve Graff's keyboard there. He played the line.
Yeah, that was the whole inspiration for the song. Is I borrowed this Korg keyboard from this kid Steve Graff at the Santa Monica College Choir.
A lot of people say, "Oh, when you wrote that song, did you know it was going to be a hit?" I mean, obviously, we didn't think any songs were going to be hits at all.
Yeah, we didn't think about hits back then. You made albums,
right? But what was the moment? At some point, there had to be a point where you're like, "Okay, this song is major." Did it ever occur to you or not?
No, not really. I mean, I just remember. I seem to remember hearing the video idea and think, "Oh my God, that's the greatest thing ever." I don't care who else likes it or doesn't like it. This video is going to be amazing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but what I remember is I didn't want to wear my glasses in it.
Oh, yeah.
Because I didn't want to feel like I was ripping off. Was it "In Bloom" by Nirvana?
Right.
Where Kurt had these glasses on. He's the one who
And it was also used for Microsoft 95, which I didn't have a computer at that time, so I had no idea. And people, I think we were in like Eye of a Hurricane. We had no idea that we were some sort of phenomenon because of this computer program.
Yeah,
it was on the
95.
install disk for Windows 95 in a folder called Videos. And at that time, that was like, what? videos on a computer. That's
Videos can't be on a computer.
outrageous.
They can't be on a computer.
Let's talk about Windows XP, the update to Windows 95. I thought it was a cool update. It was a little more bubbly, a lot more color. The background was cool.
Okay. All right, you ready, Susie? Carl?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay.
Hey bro, how we doing, man?
All right.
It's been a while, man. Life's so rad. This man's my favorite, man. Don't you love him?
Yeah.
Oh man, do you want a beer?
All right.
Oh man, whoa, bro, this is my best, man. I'm so glad we're all back together and stuff. This is great, man.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know about the party after this show?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's gonna be the best. I'm so stoked.
Me, be, goddamn, I am. I can sing and hear me, know me. If you want to destroy my sweater, hold this thread as I walk away.
Hey, what's up?
Not much.
Did you hear about the party?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go, but my friends don't really want to go. Can I get a ride?
Oh no, it gone, bye bye. Do I think I sink and I die. If you want to destroy my sweater, whoa, 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 hold this thread as I walk away. As I walk away, I'll soon be naked, lying on the floor, lying on the floor. I've come undone. If you want to destroy my sweater, whoa, 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 hold this thread as I walk away. As I walk away, watch me unravel. I'll soon be naked, lying on the floor, lying on the floor. I've come undone. I don't want to destroy your tank top. Let's be friends and just walk away. I hate to see you lying there in your peppermint skivvies, lying on the floor, lying on the floor. I've come
I remember when you wrote that song, Rivers, in 2914 Urban Avenue in your tiny little apartment there. And you showed me this little piece of paper that had the lyrics on it. And I believe it was like these two conflicting thoughts on either side of the page. And,
Yeah.
you know, like, oh, everything's so great, everything sucks, everything's so great, everything sucks.
The spirit of the bipolarity is
It's
still
the whole,
there.
It's like the whole point of the whole song, kind of.
Yeah.
You know? And I had a question for Scott. You saw Weezer at Club Lingerie.
I did see Weezer at Club Lingerie.
So you must have witnessed this song being played live.
I did see this song being played live. And my singer in my band, Black Elvis, at the time was like, you got to come see this band. They're like totally nerds, but they have like heavy distorted guitars and killer melodies and songs. So it's like the Beach Boys, but filthy. I'm just like, this doesn't sound good. He's like, no, come and see it. But I went and saw him, and I was very impressed. I'd never heard music like that or saw a band that looked like that. So to me, it was like, well, there's definitely something different and something going on here. When I heard Undone, I was like, well, this is kind of like a funny band. Like they're doing kind of a shtick, right? But then when I heard Say It Ain't So, I'm like, oh, this is a serious band to be taken seriously. That totally changed my mind on Weezer.
Did you say you disagreed on the singles that the label chose for this?
Yeah. So my favorite song when I turned in the album was called No One Else. And that's what I wanted to be the single, turned in the album. And I said, I like No One Else, but pick whatever single you want. That's your job as a record company. But whatever you do not pick the sweater song. We don't want to put that one out first. Because of, you heard how Scott reacted to it. Yeah.
And we didn't want to disappoint Scott, but we did it anyway. Brian, you must have seen an early Weezer show before you joined, too.
This is true. This is how I met Rivers.
That's right.
Yeah.
A Coconut Teaser.
Best club in the world.
Came up with the Space Twins, and we trying to get a show with Rivers, and said, "Why are you playing this club when there's so many other clubs you could be playing?"
Why were you there, though?
To see you. To see Weezer. Rivers said, "Well, because we don't know anybody. We don't know how to get in these clubs." Like, shit, let's exchange numbers. So that's how we first exchanged numbers.
This one's called Say It Ain't So.
Oh yeah. Alright.
So there's a lot of things that could be said about Say It Ain't So. I feel like it's the emotional heart of the band, and it always seems to be like the sort of crux of any show, like just like this sort of like climactic moment. But a thought occurred to me the other day, actually just genuinely, I was just walking down the street, I was like, there's no other Weezer song that's basically a ska or reggae song. Where in the world did that come from you? Because I know your background was not really that kind of music at all.
Yeah, actually, when we first wrote it, we called it the classic rock song, and it didn't have any of that ska stuff at all. It was just strumming, and it sounded pretty lame. And then I came up with I made a second demo that was focused not on the songwriting at all, but it was just on the arrangement of the guitar parts and the bass part. And my inspirations were, one is Wax. They had a song called Hush.
Oh, yeah.
It's this kind of stuff. Pat could play it better than I could, but this is really, really cool guitar. Tom Gardocki was a guitar player. You can find it on Spotify. Go check it out. Hush by Wax. And then also I was thinking of a Pixies song. Weezer were more commonly known for, that kind of stuff. But that's where I got it from. I had also recently got into Axis Bold as Love, the Hendrix album, so that's how I learned how to do that kind of chordal hammering on.
I love it. That's cool. I don't know why I never asked to think to ask that question in 30 years, but I'm glad I asked it today.
It also sounds nothing like ska or Wax or the Pixies, so it's funny how that works.
Yeah. That's the wheeze for you.
That's what you get.
I guess the other thing I was going to ask about that was that you did the video at the garage house. I remember being back at the house thinking like it's not the same because these other guys are here and they're like putting different decorations up and stuff.
Yeah.
But
and they have a TV.
Right, that was
We
weird.
didn't have a TV.
Yeah, there was video games, so that wasn't right.
There was still the drawer full of Taco Bell hot sauce, though.
Yes, and if you went above the stove, there's like the little cabinet above the stove where the vent was. That was so full of Taco Bell packets that if you opened it, they'd all fall out, so you couldn't open it. When they sadly demolished that house, there was probably an explosion of hot sauce that went all over. What was the total price of the meal, the bean burrito and a low-fat milk? Because that was an old lyric of yours.
Yeah.
5.
Oh, sub 3, I think, right?
It's pretty.
And milk?
Yeah.
I didn't drink.
Low-fat milk.
That's crazy.
That was my jam.
I have a question. You said earlier you couldn't hear hits on the album. Like you couldn't pick out.
we didn't. I wasn't aware of what a hit was, or even a single. weren't thinking about singles. We were just thinking about making a great record.
And you knew it was great when you were making it. I remember one time you said you went through a bad breakup, and I was like, well, how did you get over it? And you were like, well, we made the Blue album, and the Blue album was coming out. That's how I got over it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we didn't know if it was going to be successful, but we knew it was great. We knew we loved it.
Right.
One thing that I found really refreshing when the Blue album came out was not what was on it, but what wasn't on it. It had 10 songs, which in the era of the CDs, like people were putting like as many songs as you could on a CD, you know? So 10 songs was not a lot of songs. It didn't have the lyrics in the booklet, and it
Right.
almost didn't have a lot of album art. Like it was mostly the color blue.
Yeah.
And then you guys looking unassuming, and then just a picture of your practice space that had kind of these clues as to who you were.
Yeah. And the font, Weezer, was like the plainest band logo you've
And
ever
no
seen.
thank yous
Yeah.
on it. And what else didn't it have?
Like, yeah, exactly. So this kind of obsession with like just presenting as little as possible
Yeah.
and having everything be super intentional, it was really mysterious, and it made me a lifelong fan.
That was all very intentional, and I think it just comes from growing up, listening to my favorite records and just studying the album cover and the back and the inside and all that, and just trying to pick up every little shred of information because there was so little information back then.
Yeah.
Obviously, no internet, and I was out in the boondocks, so I didn't know what was going on. All I had were these album covers.
Totally. The fact that you left so much mysterious was really, really enticing, and it made me want to know a lot.
I still like it better not knowing as much. Like, it was the same thing with my favorite albums. I didn't know what the guys looked like. There was nothing on it. You're just like, but that's back when we would you'd get something, you'd open it and then hold it. But I still feel that way.
Yeah, like the world is what you heard.
Yeah. And so the less I know, the minute I know a story, I'm not quite as interested anymore. But when there's mystery, then I'm all about it.
Which is why we're revealing all the stories today.
Right now. There's only one use of the word love, right? On the album?
Yeah. So I had a songwriting rule, which was to not use love, because I heard love so much in songs growing up. So we use it in I just made love to your sweet memory. So, but it's kind of a noun there, so it's not like I love you, you know.
Surf Wax.
Surf Wax America.
That's right.
Also inspired by the band Wax.
The sea is foaming like a bottle of beer. The wave is coming, but I ain't got no fear. I'm marching down so that I'll go real fast. I'm marching down because it's really a blast. Going surfing cause I don't like the face. I'm bailing out because I hate the race. A Patrick one running round in the maze. I'm going surfing, I'm going surfing. You take your car to work, I'll take my board. And when you're out of fuel, I'm still afloat. My buddies and the honeys all come along. They seem invincible as they surf along. The sea is rolling like 1,000-pound keg. We're going surfing, we're going surfing. You take your car to work, I'll take my board. And when you're out of fuel, I'm still afloat. You take your car to work, I'll take my board. And when you're out of fuel, I'm still afloat. All along the undertow is strengthening its hold. I never thought it would come to this. Now I can never go home. All along the undertow is strengthening its hold. I never thought it would come to this. Now I can never go home. You take your car to work, I'll take my board. And when you're out of fuel, I'm still afloat. You take your car to tow is strengthening my soul. I never thought it would come to this. Now I can never go home. You take your car to work, I'll take my board. And when you're out of fuel, I'm still afloat. You take your car, I'll take my board. You take your car, I'll take my board. Let's go!
I have a question about Surf Wax. The guitar in the beginning, was that Jason Cropper?
That's
It's
me.
Pat?
Pat,
Okay.
yeah.
You guys are, because
I-
it kind of has this like alternate picking that's like Jonas.
Yeah. I think Jason added an embellishment or two onto Pat's riff.
Yeah, it sounds like his
that's
style
what
from,
you're-
I mean,
yeah,
from
yeah.
what I know from how, the kind
Yeah,
of
he-
alternate picking stuff.
Jason sort of influenced that because he was always finger picking and stuff, so that was cool.
Yeah, that was actually the idea when we formed was I'll play electric and we'll get a guy to play acoustic through the whole set. So he played only acoustic for the first year of our band.
Yeah.
But it was such
that's
a
a big
big
part of Blue Album, right?
Yeah.
They're talking
Yeah.
30 years of Blue Album. way it opens with the finger picking stuff.
He would get maybe to the chorus of the first song live before the strings broke. Like he's such a
And
big
he would just have no
dude.
shirt on, just
Yeah.
finger picking on
Yeah,
acoustic
he was a
guitars.
powerful guy. Like he was.
How many songs were on the original batch of demos? Or how many demos did you do, and then what'd you whittle it down to?
I think the idea was you wanted to get to 50 before rehearsal. I don't think we quite got there, but we got maybe 30 or so.
Yeah, 30 and change.
And you had no kind of melody in your head for it. It was just the chords and the.
No, but it was. I later realized it was sort of baked into a couple of the guitar parts, but I didn't hear it. I just liked that guitar part. He's the one who heard it.
The way he writes the music and records the original demo, it sounds glorious before it gets to me. And then I just put it on. I'm like, I hear all these melodies popping out of it. And it's just like, oh, this is so easy. So I love writing with him to this day. Often, like, the lyrics were totally separate, had nothing to do with the music. I would have the melody, and I love this song, but I have no idea what to sing about. And then I'd have to put on a completely different hat and think about, okay, what do I want to say right now? And just kind of mash those ideas onto the music. Sometimes people say, like, there's some kind of discrepancy between what I'm saying and what the tone of the lyrics is, and then what the music sounds like. I've heard people say that about the Blue
Like
Album.
a contrast.
Yeah.
Well, all the songs were major. Like we didn't want to.
Right.
And there was something cool about major and sneaking in maybe something that wasn't so happy.
Yeah, lyrically. Yeah. And then there was the discrepancy between what we sounded like and what we looked like. People were always shocked.
Yeah.
I don't know what they had in mind, but it's definitely not this.
I remember at that time the industry would say something like, to get that Weezer thing, they said something about a wink. They kept on referring to a wink, and I had no idea what they meant.
I don't even know how to wink.
The wink was a metaphor for something, like
like
irony.
you
and
know.
That's what I
we
mean,
know that
yeah.
we're joking here.
But I don't.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't hear that in
Yeah.
that record. I think it's.
And
we weren't
very-
winking.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. That was. I remember discussions about that. There's no irony here, and like they keep talking about that in reviews and stuff, and there's none. Like,
Yeah.
Although, for the first couple years we knew this guy, we knew him as Winky Smiles.
That's weird.
that is true. There was a wink.
All those Chicago dudes from Wax, they all had names. Birdie Cutlass,
Yes.
Soda Pop, and then they gave me the name Winky Smiles. It's pretty genius, actually. Maybe I'll just be Winky Smiles.
I think you've been Winky Smiles the whole time.
You be quiet.
Well, yeah, guys. Some pretty cool music you guys made. I'm glad you did it. I've been very happy to have been along for the ride.
We really appreciate you. You've been with us since day negative whatever, because I mean, you took us to our first
He
rehearsal.
had the car.
Yeah, you were the guy with the car.
It's astonishing to look back on it all and think about different periods. And no plan B for me, so I'm glad it worked out.
Well, he's given us something to strive for every record since, to try to reach whatever that Blue Album magic was, and maybe that's what it was meant to do.
It was kind of the end of an era, I think. Like, soon thereafter, I felt like the internet rose. Like, things just changed after that mid-'90s period. But people still love it, so there's something core about it that's very cool.
I struggle with that question, like, how has it impacted me? But I just feel like it's created this whole amazing journey for us, this career. It's been an incredible 30 years since it came out, and I got to share it with these guys, which has been a total blast. I'm so glad we still get to do it.
Yeah, me too.
So thank you, Blue.
Touched.
Hell yeah.
Go